students, today we'll learn about circulatory system. Do you know what is it? Let's think with an example. Suppose you have to go somewhere. So you have to ride on some vehicle and travel along the path so that you can reach your destination. Exactly in the similar way, the substances in our body have to travel with the blood through the blood vessels from one place to another for their function, and the circulatory system helps us in this function. Okay, so let's see what is circulatory system. The circulatory system is the system of transportation of substances from one place to another within our body with the help of blood. Okay, and the transported substances are dissolved gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, nutrients, hormones, enzymes, ions, waste material, and water, and many more. Now let's see the types of circulatory system. There are two types of circulatory system. One is open circulatory system and another one is closed circulatory system. In the open circulatory system, blood comes into the body cavity and the tissues and cells are in direct contact with the blood. But in closed circulatory system, the blood are confined within the blood vessels and the tissues and the cell do not get direct contact with the blood. Next, see the components of human circulatory system. It is composed of bloods, heart and blood vessels. The blood is composed of plasma and blood cells. The plasma transports most of the substances in our body. The white blood cells protect us from infections. The platelets help in blood clotting, and the red blood cells that has the hemoglobin, the red pigment hemoglobin that carries the oxygen and carbon dioxide to and from our cells. Now come to the heart. Heart is our natural pumping organ and it pumps blood so forcefully that the blood can travel every corner of our body, and the heart also separates deoxygenated blood from the oxygenated blood. How? Let's see in this figure. The right portion of the heart contains mainly deoxygenated blood. That is, the right atrium and right ventricle contains the deoxygenated blood, and the left atrium and left ventricle contains the oxygenated blood. So, the oxygenated blood and the deoxygenated blood are completely separated so that they do not mix. Next, come to the blood vessels. Blood vessels are nothing but the pipeline through which blood can travel. Okay, the veins carry deoxygenated blood from the body to the heart, and the artery carries oxygenated blood from the heart to the body. Near the organs, the arteriole branches to form capillaries. The capillaries are so thin, their wall is just one cell thick, and so the exchange of material takes place within the capillary. Now let's see how the blood moves in our body. From the tissue level, okay, near the tissue, the oxygen moves into the cells and carbon dioxide gets out from the cell and come to the blood capillary. Then the deoxygenated blood comes to the vena cava and moves into the right atrium. Then the right atrium contracts and the deoxygenated blood comes to the right ventricle, and then the right ventricle contracts. The deoxygenated blood then travel to the pulmonary arteries and go to the lungs. In the lungs, second time gaseous exchange takes place. The carbon dioxide is removed from the blood to the lung and removed outside of the body. And the oxygen gets into the blood. And this oxygenated blood travels via pulmonary vein and comes to the left atrium. Then left atrium contracts and the oxygenated blood moves to the left ventricle, and then left ventricle contracts and this oxygenated blood travels through the aorta and then to the arteries and then again to the capillary system and then from capillary to the tissues. That is step number 1. Now see, there are two types of the circulation, right? First one is from the heart to the lungs, then again to the heart. This is called pulmonary circulation. And the second one from the body to the heart and from the heart to the body. And this is known as systemic circulation. So, we have two circulation, one pulmonary and one is systemic. So, this type of circulation is known as double circulation. So, what have we learned? We have learned what is circulatory system, next the types of circulatory system, their components, and lastly the way of blood circulation in our body. So, I hope you have understand, and if you have any question, then you can ask me without any hesitation. And thanks for watching.